Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of Warships, and in this video I'm gonna be featuring the tier 10 Japanese aircraft carrier, the Shinano. And the reason why I have to feature this, because some of you guys are interested in aircraft carrier, specifically a carrier that can win games and has high game impact. And honestly, if I compare it with directly FDR, like FDR is also a steel carrier available right now, I have to give more preference to Shinano. Actually significant preference. And I will explain the reasons why you should consider using 25% coupon on getting Shinano. And the reasons are pretty simple. You have the skip bombs. These are AP skip bombs. They can deal well against battleships and cruisers. Okay, now in this case there's a Holland, but even then the Holland, with defensive fire, he still did not manage to like completely obliterate our planes. And something with the AP skip bombs, I don't know, I feel them, they are very tanky. I don't know why. I just think that you can easily land 2 strikes on any ship, on any ship, right? Like even if there's the defensive AA, I would say Gudaliu is noticeably powerful for the defensive AA. You will still be able to do pretty well, and courtesy because of the heal, right? And you can basically do really good damage with the help of, just aiming it like that. Like you have to aim exactly slightly above waterline or waterline with the second line, right, of the skip AP bombs of Shinano to deal citadel damage to battleship, because that's where you have like absurd 690 millimeter AP penetration. Like that is more than any other battleship in the game. Like that's crazy, man. AP skip bombers have insane penetration, and even if you're using the last line, okay, the last line of the AP skip bombs, which is the furthest out of all, that can deal pretty well against cruisers. So light cruisers, heavy cruisers, you have like 292-ish millimeter penetration of AP, right? And you can deal pretty significant damage with those, I would say, AP skip bombers. And also one of the biggest and the noticeable part of the ship is gonna be that it has the insane tight dispersion on tops, like super tight. Like what really happened here is the Holland is trying to dodge, but that is impossible for him. Sorry guys, it's impossible for him because, well, the dispersion is super tighter, and you have the heal as well. And you will notice that Libertad is trying to kite away, and he will still eat all 3 tops, if I'm not wrong. Now this tightness of torpedoes ensures that if you get a destroyer in a crossfire, I can guarantee you will be getting maybe 2 torpedoes and sometimes even 3 torpedoes because of that insane speed of the tops. These are Japanese tops that you find on Shokaku, but they are slightly nerfed now with their alpha damage, so you basically can compare it with, I would say, the Ryujo or something like that. But they are really powerful regardless. Now in this case I just messed up with my aim, and these tactical bombers are very good against battleships, and also, by the way, very good against destroyers. Now here's the thing that just sets the Shinano apart compared to the Hakuryu. Hakuryu, which is again a Tech 3 tier 10 aircraft carrier, has to rely on rockets. They have to rely on rockets to deal damage against destroyers. Shinano can very reliably do damage with tops with this tight 3 torpedo dispersion with the heal at the same time. And also the Shinano has HE dive bombers. HE dive bombers that are also very reliable in doing like sometimes 5k to 8k or maybe even 10k damage. That is totally depending upon some luck, but I have seen, in my experience, I get very good consistency, or at least getting on average 2 bombs on a destroyer with the tactical dive bomber squadron. And here's also the fun part, right? This reticle, the very closest reticle, ensures that even if you might be trying to aim perfectly onto a battleship, or might have some issues dealing with citadel with the second line, you can use the first line. this first line that I've used against the Rhode Island B, I hope you get the point. That line is way more reliable. In my experience, it's way more reliable compared to the second line that I'm using for battleships. Now that is something that I'm giving you as a tip or tactic if you're really into Shinano, okay? And honestly, it's very reliable. You do so much citadel damage against battleships even after the nerf. They have nerfed the AP skip bombs alpha, they have nerfed the HE skip bomb alpha, and I was talking about the bombs, right? Look at the bombs, and well, I got one bomb. Again, the RNG does kick in, but most of the time I get 2 or 3 bombs, most of the time. And now in this case, I also have one more advantage. In this case, I'm playing aggressive, and the reason why I'm playing aggressive is because I do have the smoke. I do have the smoke on a carrier. And in this case, I was talking about the torpedoes, that how reliable they are. And now you will soon realize why I'm saying this. They are very reliable, and even my bad torpedo aim actually still managed to get like 1 torpedo hit. And now Trump is in huge trouble. He cannot smoke up. And now this stupid tight dispersion ensures that he will get to eat at least 2 tops. And look at that. He just eat 2 tops and he's dead. I got 3 torpedo hits. He's dead. All I have to do is to just wait for my smoke to come up with the help of tactical dive bombs. And I basically smoke up in super aggressive position. This is very aggressive, okay? And I just messed up here. There's no doubt about that. I have messed up here. But again, something that you will not going to find in FDR. Yes, the FDR can absolutely obliterate battleships with the bombs and tops, but the reliability on the Shinano with the torpedo bombers and skip bombers is undeniable. Like, super undeniable. It's super reliable, it's super powerful. And you can just see that I have smoked up myself. And now I'm trying to go to the island that is onto the right side of my hull, the Shinano hull itself. And there's the Libertad and Rhode Island anti-air. And even if I lose a lot of planes, I still be fine. Like, these are the planes that will load up as a consumable. This is a consumable. This squadron is literally a consumable that will load up after some time. So I do not need to really feel bad if I lose so many planes. That is where FDR stupidly sucks most of the time. The problem is, if you are not an experienced player, if you don't know how to manage your reserves, if you don't know when to strike and which ship to strike, you will lose your plane reserves and you will be basically going to get deplaned in FDR very, very quickly. In the case of Shinano, that's not the case. Now in this case, I was completely, I would say, vulnerable, because my smoke ran out, and courtesy of the Hyate, he actually helped me to smoke me up. This is actually the game-changing moment, because if that smoke that Hyate do not provide to me, I might have got spotted here, and the Rhode Island can get my broadside, and obviously the broadside is vulnerable. It is, however, a Yamato hull, but it's still gonna take massive damage. But obviously it does come up with huge benefits. If you are super angled, you have 30mm side armor plating on a carrier, which is huge, by the way, which is absolutely huge. And I'm using the second line against the look at this, man. This damage you can do, and this is all citadel damage with 1 overpen. This was all citadel damage, right? And notice how I'm just dealing well against the Libertad and Rhode Island entire, because these planes are tanky enough. And you can see here I get another 2 citadels, and I just smashed this guy for like around 33,000. So basically almost deleting half his HP, which, by the way, is non-repairable. Only he can heal 10% of the citadel damage. At least for most battleships, it's the case. There might be exceptions like Ruger de Loria, the Thunderer, they have 33% citadel healing capacity. Otherwise, it's not. And then, well, the cruiser that everyone is looking for, the Bremen, well, I'm just gonna be dropping our lovely test ship in this case and using the bombs again. And in this case, as you can see, he's trying to turn in, and well, if the RNG is on your side slightly more, I could have done like 10k easy. And I got 3 bombs, I got a fire, and now I can use these torpedo bombers. Now, the problem with the FDR is, whenever you are dealing with cruisers, whenever you're dealing with cruisers, the problem happens that FDR has widespread of tops, like really widespread. Whereas in the case of Shinano, you have stupidly tight spread. So even if the cruiser is trying to basically dodge those tops, chances are the accuracy will be significantly higher. In the case of FDR, that's not going to be the case, and you have to basically turn and you have to basically do those 180-degree shenanigans that the FDR comes with the gimmick. FDR can land a lot of tops, but he has to turn like crazy, and you cannot like have this accuracy that Shinano is getting right now. Look, I got 3 torpedo hits, and well, I'm just gonna drop him, and look, I just managed to save my plane. The third plane that about to die, I still managed to get, and I got two tops with a flood, which is actually a permanent one, because I think I got the incapacitation before, maybe the engine got wrecked, and yeah, now he's in permanent flood. I got 5 torpedo hits, and those torpedoes are still no joke. They deal pretty decent damage. So the reliability of the tops and the ability to utilize your your HE bombers squadron at any time to set fires. Like if you get a flood, you can set fire while using these bombs. It's a lethal combination, okay? You can do the same with FDR, and look at the APSK bombs. I got 1 Citadel. I think he just turned out a bit quickly, but I still have this good situation where I can just manage maybe another Citadel. Even though Bremen is turning in, I will try to aim. Maybe I have some chance of getting 1 Citadel, but unfortunately he turned in super hard. But it's fine. We can always use our tactical squadrons. Meanwhile, we have lost some torpedo bombers, obviously, by just farming Bremen here and there. And then there was a Salem. The game is in a very complicated state because we do have all the caps, but we don't have a lot of advantage against cruisers because we only have destroyers remaining, except only one cruiser, that is Jinan. And I have to help Jinan here. And you can see here the Bremen, we are trying to farm him again and trying to set fires. If we get a fire, then we can come up with torpedo bombers. And you can see here, well, again a bit of a RNG. Again, he was turning in and out. But I can tell you one thing: if you are dropping on battleships and DDs, it will be a lot better. And even cruiser, it's going to be pretty decent. It's not too bad at all, right? You're not losing anything while using those tactical squadrons. If you get a fire as well, that's amazing, right? In this case, Jinan actually almost died from the Bremen AP, but the good thing is that the Bremen kind of beast, and well, this lead us to give an advantage to basically get a drop on Bremen. And even though the Bremen is in a very weird state, there's a good chance that he will eat one top, like because of that sheer dispersion. That dispersion is just completely cracked, man. There's just no way that dispersion you can deal with in any way or form. Now in this case, the Salem pushes in, and here's the fun part, right? That Salem, that enemy Salem that you are seeing in front of your screens, that guy is completely dumb. I don't know who taught him to play like this or how he managed to die in Salem. I don't know. My brain cells fart after looking at the Salem not even turning in and out. I mean, this does not make Shinano overpowered. It's just that you're not angling, brother. Just try to at least give me a challenge, bro. And he's not even doing that. Look at this. He popped defensive AY thinking that that's gonna be enough. Why is not turning in and out? I have no clue. And look, if the cruiser do this with even these tactical bombs, I mean, you will definitely gonna get more bombs, that's for sure. And they are no joke. They deal like 8.7k damage. So I just completely deleted that Salem, dealing 207k damage in this time. So at least Shinano is more reliable. Shinano has smokes, and well, FDR does not have smoke. The tankiness of FDR is definitely significantly less. Shinano is just better. Shinano at this point is just straight up better. It's actually meta. The Shinano really deals in this meta well. FDR is difficult ship. FDR is not an easy ship. It farms crazy damage on battleships. There's no doubt about that. Like, it deals crazy damage without a shadow of doubt. But other than that, the destroyers, the cruisers, and
even the battleships themselves, you can just do pretty good against all ship targets. Every single class, even the carriers. Like, you can smoke up and you can use the AP skip bombs, right? I think in this case I just messed up with my aim. Otherwise, I can reliably deal like massive citadel damages to the midway. Like, I can absolutely chunk him to like 20k with only 3 skip bombs. And this is the thing that I love about Shinano. It's super reliable. It's super powerful against all ship classes. FDR is powerful against one class. An isolated ship as well, right? And in this case, even if the ship is not isolated, you have the heals to compensate, right? And that's why you can have absurd game without a doubt. Like the player in our team have 1.7k base and the carrier has 2.6k base almost. Yeah, but the Shinano is definitely very powerful, and you can clearly see even after the nerfs. Oh, sorry, yeah, even after the nerfs, it still does so well. It's so strong in its current state, even after the nerfs, that I just play Shinano whenever I want to win games. So I think it's a no-brainer. It's better than FDR. I will make a video on FDR if you are looking to get this ship, but Shinano, if you are looking to get this ship, it's absolutely worth it. And as I always say, absolutely worth it, bros. Take care, guys, and peace out.